All right, I am here with Boyd Allen on SA Boxing Talk. After a long while for boxing, I know you've been fighting MMA and you've been busy, but welcome back to the sport of boxing, Boyd.
Thanks so much for having me. Awesome to have you guys at the gym, and yeah, I'm excited to get back in there.
Of course, you've got the new part of the gym now, which you will see in the background, part of your Apex boxing project. Can you just tell us a little bit more about what you've been doing?
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of renovations and upgrades with the boxing space specifically in the gym. We pretty much tripled our space and added a few more little tweaks to it just to make it that much better and add that little bit of a quality touch to it, which has helped. It's a lot more convenient for the guys now. We had a small space, and the guys were sort of bumping heads a little bit, and we needed to expand. So yeah, the last, I'd say, four months or so has been this as a project for me.
Right, and it's been an exciting event, and the fact that you're coming back to the sport of boxing is really exciting for us spectators, and obviously me on SA Boxing Talk to obviously cover the story. You're fighting in Cape Town, which is an interesting choice to start off with. Tell us a little bit more about how that came together.
So obviously I wanted to get my feet wet again and get back into the fighting, and Matt Lishing phoned me and he asked if I'd be keen to fight on his card. Obviously, we're trying to grow boxing in the country, and I think having them start a promotion, Colin and Larry having Boxing 5, the sport's growing and it's doing well, and I think we just need to put ourselves out there a little bit and help grow those promotions so that we can all sort of benefit from it and constantly fight when we want to. So that was kind of the idea behind it, but also just to get back in there. It's been over a year, and I'm excited. I want to compete. It's what I've been doing my whole life, and yeah, I want to get back in.
Well, let's talk about your return to boxing. Obviously, you would have changed up the way you train and so forth. How has that adjustment been?
So yeah, obviously I stopped a lot of the MMA training and I focused more on boxing, and I still mess around a little bit with some rolling and some wrestling, etc. But that all helps me with the boxing at the same time. But I've been getting some great work. I've been getting some great sparring partners, and yeah, I'm excited. It's been a nice change and just giving me that kick back into competitive sport.
And still awkward as ever. I was watching you today in the sparring, and obviously a lot of the guys, they're still struggling with your style, and that's how you want to be. You want to be as awkward as possible.
Yeah, I think unreadable and something different, and that's what I look to bring, obviously. But it was great work. I had SD with some sparring, some Bonko with some sparring. Last week, Saturday, I had Tools. So I'm getting some really good work, and I'm super appreciative of the guys coming through and working with us. I need the different looks, I need the different bodies and the different styles, and they're bringing exactly that.
I noticed on social media that, of course, in your MMA space as well, that you had transitioned to a new gym for the first time in your career. What was that like?
Yeah, so I'd obviously gone through and I trained at CRT, and they got a big group of guys, so it's different looks, different bodies, different feels, different styles. I haven't been going as much as I'd like, obviously. Now I'm prepping for the boxing, but yeah, it's awesome. You get such a variety, and I think that makes a big difference. It just sort of switches you on to kind of fight mode, and nice to mix it up a little bit. And we travel all around the world to different gyms, and we've got great gyms all around our own country, so why not?
I always asked you, as a hybrid athlete, which sport you're going to pick, but it seems that you always are moving between the two, basically suited to where you're at the time. Where's boxing fall into your calendar?
So what I love about the boxing is the training doesn't really push injuries. MMA you get injured and you get hurt a lot, even just in training. Boxing is not so much like that, and I love the art of the sport. It keeps you sharp, it keeps your hands sharp, it keeps your eyes sharp, and probably from a cardio point of view, it's one of the toughest sports in the world. So that's kind of where my mindset's at. I like pushing myself in the boxing arena and going into a different sport where guys don't know me, I don't know those guys. We get to spar, we get to train together. It brings out that real competitive nature. So that's what I enjoy about the chopping and changing.
I wanted to talk about your fight itself. Obviously, you're coming back and you're fighting Joga in Cape Town. What do you think about him?
Yeah, so I haven't seen much on Nicholas Joga. I know that he's a big puncher. He works the body a lot. He moves quite fluidly, and He's a southpaw, obviously. So yeah, I think we've been working that quite a bit. But like I say, I don't really know much of him, and I haven't seen a lot of his fights other than one or two little clips.
I think if I'm not mistaken, your last southpaw was Zerevitsky. Is that right?
My last southpaw was ESPN Africa, and I fought.
Which is your last fight?
Linda, yes.
Linda in Shingila, yeah.
Yes, in Shingila. He was also a southpaw. So yeah, I think that was quite a while ago, so I can't really take anything away from that. Obviously, everyone keeps developing and skills are growing all the time. So yeah, we're just prepping as best we can with different looks and feels.
I wanted to talk about the promotions. Obviously, it's the first time Matt and the team of that team will be putting in events on together, and it looks like they're putting on something really spectacular. I've seen the social media for it. What's your thoughts on all the developments that's happening in Cape Town there?
I think it's really cool. I think it's called Fight Island, so the promotion is Fight Island, and it looks like they're putting in a lot of effort. It's going to be at the Cabo Beach Club, which is an amazing venue, and I think it will give it that feel, sort of that you're fighting on an island. So I'm looking forward to it. The guys are putting in a lot of effort, and I think it's going to be quite a cool show.
Looks like quite a star-studded event. You know, got a couple of good boxers there, and you got Dylan Prosser as well, who's becoming a big name down in Cape Town. For you, which is the standout fights that you, besides your own, that you were looking forward to?
So I was looking forward to Leo's fight. He was one of our amateurs that was going to open up the card. Unfortunately, he's I think just got sick, so he won't be on the card. I was really looking forward to that because he's a young up-and-coming youngster that's looking really good in the gym. Other than that, yes, Dylan. I think nice to see him fight and nice to see him evolve and grow and sort of become more educated. His last fight, he came out firing, sort of realized that he wasn't going to put the guy away too soon, and then started to take his time, and that's development in a fighter. So I really like seeing that. I've worked with him, I've sparred with him, great guy. So yeah, I'm keen to see his fight.
And for you personally, your fight, how do you see it going?
So I want to get in there and obviously put on the best performance I possibly can. And my goal is to obviously stop him and put on the show. That's the only way.
All right. So do you see it being a hard fight for you?
Every fight can be a hard fight. I think depending on the style and depending on the prep, yes, but every fight is a hard fight, okay, even if it's not.
And do you think this will be your only fight for the year? Do you think you might squeeze one in before the end of the year?
No, I'd like to fight again, yeah. So I'd like to fight before the end of the year, probably another boxing fight. And yeah, maybe we do a Fight Island again or Boxing 5. I'd really like to do that. And obviously working with Colin and the guys would be nice to compete on that promotion.
Fantastic. And where do you see yourself in the title conversation? Do you want to be fighting for those long round title fights again?
Yeah, look, 12 rounds is no joke. I've fought 2 12-rounders before, and yeah, it's tough. But if there's a title on the line, of course. So I won the WBA, my 3rd fight, and I think to get that back would be really cool, maybe to fight for an SA title. Always more prestigious, I think.
When you were around, you were in the Super 4 tournaments, and obviously you've seen Brandon and Rourke's careers. You know, since you pulled out of boxing and went back to MMA, how have you seen their careers moving along?
So Rourke's done really well. You know, he was supposed to fight Josh Kelly until he got injured, but he's looking super slick, and he's always training hard. And he's a great fighter. I think he can go really far. Brendan Theis also great fighter. He's got that dog in him, and he comes forward. He's aggressive, and I like watching him fight. I fought him twice, and we won for one. But I'm a fan when I see him perform. I think it's nice to see a guy with that kind of aggressive style and putting on a performance.
With this new generation that's sort of come out since the time you stopped, have you got your eye on anyone in particular? I know you're not really a call-out guy, but are you keeping your tabs on the guys?
Not necessarily. I think it was more about me just getting back into the swing of things, and if I can start to perform and get to the level that I want to get to, then I can start looking at the guys that are higher up and sort of calling them out, etc. But we're working with a lot of the new up-and-coming guys, Creed, Josh, Kane. They're doing really well. They're looking super sharp. The promotion Boxing 5 was this weekend, and I think they all stopped their guys within a couple of rounds. And Kat's fight was unbelievable. He boxed beautifully, and it was an 8-round war, but you could just see he was levels above. And it's nice to see those young guys developing and coming up in the sport.
I was about to say he's got the most apex style out of everyone with his switching and everything.
I love his style. He switches stances as well. He changes levels all the time. His movements is ridiculous. He's got a very sharp eye, and he can hit hard for a guy in his weight division.
100%. Boy, do you have a message for Jorga before you step in the ring with him?
I'm super excited to get back in and compete. It's been a while for me. I think it's been a while for him. I'm not too sure when last he fought, but I'm ready, and I hope you are. And I'm ready to put on a show.
Fantastic. And then, just lastly from your side, do you have any, thank yous, any shout outs from anybody?
Yeah, I just want to thank the team here, all the different teams, Hotbox, CRT, Apex, all the guys here that are helping me train come through, Sean Smith, Tulani, and them, they coming through, Colin and Gert. So we're getting a lot of variety, a lot of work, and a lot of great minds. And yeah, I'm looking forward to putting my skills to the test.
Right, so I wanted to wish you all the best for the fight before you get in there.
Yeah. And then, yeah, thank you so much for coming through. Keep doing what you guys are doing as SA Boxing Talk. It's awesome to watch all the interviews and see all the up-and-coming guys. It's the only way we know what's going on in the country with regards to boxing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Boyd. Appreciate it.